In the meantime, McNeil had a history of drug use and of mental illness. For years, it's been in question whether or not restraints like the ones he was put in should be used and if they're in fact safe. Here's a deeper look. It's May 26, 2018, 7:28 a.m. This is the casual call from National City Police requesting an ambulance at the county jail for what turns out to be an emergency.
Mr. Command, this is Mark.
Hey, it's National City Police. How are you today?
I'm tired.
I just started, and it's going to be 15 hours today, so I'll be tired later, too. Would you guys be able to start an ambulance to county jail? Or one of our prisoners got rejected.
And he got, sorry, you said he got rejected?
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean by that?
The question is followed by 10 seconds of silence, then...
Hello?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay.
What's going on?
So I guess I don't know why he got rejected, but they just said that they wanted to transport. So
Okay.
I call you.
That call was for Earl McNeil. Around 5:30 that morning, National City Police say he came to the department agitated, telling them he was high and wanted to see an officer. McNeil was arrested on suspicion of drug use and put in restraints. A news release from the National City Police Department said they restrained him with a device called the wrap. As seen in this YouTube video, it binds the legs and wrists together while keeping a person sitting in an upright position. The company says it's made to be a safe, non-lethal way to stop conflict. But can non-lethal force become lethal if a person is agitated or under the influence of drugs?
You add all that together, and it creates, in somebody who may have a pre-existing heart condition or drug-induced heart problems, a risk for sudden death. That happens in patients who are being restrained outside of the wrap.
Dr. Gary Vilk is an emergency physician at UC San Diego Medical Center Hillcrest. It's where medics rushed McNeil after his heart stopped. Vilk has conducted studies on restraints like the wrap and says they have little impact on one's ability to breathe. He says the struggle to get someone into a wrap can be more harmful than the restraint itself.
From a physiological perspective, it really shouldn't have a significant impact. There'll be questions on people who may be a little bit more obese, and does it have an impact of being able to breathe as deeply as you would being standing up? And probably if you measured in a lab setting, you might see some changes.
But not all experts agree. J.J. Wallers, a paramedic in Las Vegas, teaches other medics and law enforcement about restraint asphyxia. That's when a restraint prevents a person from breathing. He compares a person who is agitated or under the influence to a marathon runner.
You have to understand that if you've ran let's say a 10K marathon, what is your body's compensatory mechanism to recover? Rapid breathing. What is that? That's your body's buffer system taking over to blow off all those acids. Now, if we put somebody in, a wrap or in a prone position, and we prevent the body from blowing off those acids and breaking down those acids, what happens is the body becomes acidotic, and actually it just has a cascade of effects that leads into a cardiac arrest.
Waller says the research done by UCSD is flawed and says a realistic study where someone is in respiratory distress and then put in a restraint would be fatal. McNeil's case isn't the only one where the use of the wrap restraint has been questioned. In 2014, a man in the Bay Area died inside a wrap restraint. That led to a wrongful death suit that was settled for $1 million just last year. Waller says a person suspected of drug use or mental illness should be treated as a patient first and given immediate medical care.
Drug abuse is a big problem. We deal with it. We help these people. We move on, Nobody should die trying to get help.
McNeil didn't see a medic until after he was taken to the jail, about 2 hours after he first contacted police.
All righty, we're on our way.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
The maker of those wraps we were talking about just then in that story says they've got use for a lot of departments around the country, 1,000 to be exact, and just about every department here in San Diego County. I did ask Summer Steffen if she's going to make any recommendations on protocol for the use of both those wraps and even spid socks. She said at this point she doesn't have any. Live, Jade Hindman, KPBS.